Nothing on my skin, that's my new place. Nothing is everything.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Nothing is everything.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
You're going to feel a puff of air.
Jones Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to 1050 ESPN, your home for New York Islanders hockey. WEPN, New York, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Kevin Durant to the Suns, pairing him with Devin Booker, Chris Paul.
This is seismic.
A lot of people are going to make that team the favorite to win it all. Oh, wow. This is going to be such a problem.
It's a football announcer. Durant with purpose. You can't guard him one-on-one. The balance of power has shifted yet again in the NBA.
Can't worry about what people say. I'm just focused on me.
Imagine that.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. I'll tell you this, guys. Yeah, beginning of the week. Yeah, what would it take to knock the Super Bowl off of the front page, right? Heading into the Super Bowl week, that whole week. And we said Monday because Kyrie got traded, maybe a KD trade. And it happened. All week we've been leading with NBA. And had AD been traded last night, it'd have been a wrap for today, too.
Yeah, hi. How you doing this morning, man?
But he wasn't. Good morning, Key.
What's up, Key? How you doing? How you guys doing?
What's good, babe?
A lot of sports yesterday. A lot of non-sports yesterday.
I'm not going to lie, on a random note. So yesterday we're walking off the set, and Key sends me a pic of himself when he was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, the hair looks exactly the same. Like, I don't know what juju juice this dude uses for the hair. The hair and the face look exactly the same.
Nah, the face don't look. Face got a few donuts in it, but
But the hairline is the same.
We'll work on that.
It's the same thing.
Basically, same cut, same hairline.
Why bald people always notice that? It's unbelievable.
Exactly, Max. Yes,
yeah, I had a little. I had like a curly top, is what we would call it.
Man,
so
it was glowing.
You know, the sides is faded up, and then a little higher on the top.
Yeah.
And it's curly. It was wet. All I can do is wet and go. I don't need to do anything. Wet and go. What you mean?
Saying wet and go.
And wet and go.
No, the brother
I
said
get in the shower and just go. Max, you know that look, right? That just wet and go. Just
That's
nothing.
Okay, so from California, wet and go.
Chad, I swear to God, I had a high top fade. Well, not high top, but yeah, kind of a high top fade.
Matt
I
doesn't
look like
know.
Bart Simpson.
Max doesn't know what wet and go means. Matt had to fade.
No, he's a wet and go. Max
Now
knows
he is.
wet and
Now
go.
he-
100% wet and go.
But
that was
actually,
fun.
Jay,
Yeah.
a baldy or a Caesar is the best thing in the world for your life's quality of life because you
Low
get out
maintenance,
the
yo.
shower,
I'm
you're
ready to
dry.
go.
You're gone.
I'm done. I'm done.
Corn rolls down, whatever. But I had French rolls when I was a kid. I didn't like them. I took the scissors and because it was, when you were a kid like that back in that day, girls wore French braids, and so you was like, "Mommy, I look like a girl." And so you go and I went and just took the big old giant, the big old black scissors with the big old black handle, looked like a big old knife. I took them and just plugs all in my hair and everything. They had to shave. I was looking like you for a couple weeks, Jay.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong.
God, is Mahomes' right toe bigger than Hurts' left?
Man, y'all stretching. So now actually gives us a chance for the next 2 days to get deep into the trenches on the matchups and the bigger schemes of the game.
But
I'm glad you'll be working over the next 2 days.
This is how I judge it. You have a rundown. In this business, folks, called a rundown. You get together, you figure out what you're going to be talking about this block at this time on TV and radio. And I noticed all week rundowns got torn up because there was NBA breaking news. You know, that's what I mean by bumping something off so-called front page or the A block in TV or whatever. The lead story. I wonder if AD didn't get moved. But if he did, what would we be talking about for most of these 4 hours?
Anthony Davis.
Yes.
Anthony
it didn't
Davis
happen, but like stuff like that was happening all week. Anyway, the trade deadline came and went 3 p.m. yesterday. 11 players were traded back to a team that they had previously played with.
Hello, Gary Payton II.
Yeah, even
back to the Warriors. Should have re-signed them right then.
D'Angelo Russell, who they used the second overall pick on. Like the Lakers went all in, moved so many pieces to get Anthony Davis, right? And now are reacquiring some of the pieces that moved in all of that. And looks like they got better to me, the Lakers, for sure.
Yeah, they got a little bit better.
Yeah, a lot better.
They're a little bit better, man. They still gonna be what, the 6, 7, 8,
as opposed to the play-in though. They may have been headed for the play-in.
Oh,
I mean, they could still be a play-in,
but not if you're 6.
Well, our 6 is on the high though, Max.
Yeah,
you know that's high. That's ambitious.
Yes.
So
I know we'll get into winners and losers of the trade deadline, but one of the things that really stood out to me yesterday was 44 second rounders were traded for. 44. Just yesterday, second round picks got dealt. Like you had Jay Crowder go for 5 second rounders. You had Sadiq Bey go for 5 second rounders. Like look at you.
Well, what does that say,
Bey? Who
Jay?
the hell?
5 second. But let me ask.
What does that say though, Jay?
Like it's one of these things, Key, where you feel like I don't think teams know what to do with, because they're not sure about what the value is going to have. But here are some guys that were second rounders in the draft. Nikola Jokic was a second rounder. Chris Middleton was a second rounder. Draymond Green, Manu Ginobili, Gilbert Arenas, Marc Gasol, Jalen Brunson, who's got paid $100+ million for the New York Knicks. You can find those.
So there's real value.
There is if you found the right spot, but it's pretty much going to be used for other picks down the line.
Hey, do you think Giannis is on the brink? Because Kareem, I saw on social media, Kareem was talking about, man, I feel Giannis makes me feel like I'm overcoached because, it was like, don't ever try to take the ball off the floor off, don't grab the rebound and go. And I watch Giannis do it, and, he's giving Giannis his props. But, like, with all the hype about what's going on and with all the hype around the Celtics this year because they've been playing so well, and Tatum and Brown, man, Giannis, when he has his crew healthy, still going to be the best player on the floor, maybe every night, right? Especially if he has a crew with him, they get Jay Crowder for those second rounders. You were just talking about how many teams could use Jay Crowder yesterday, Jay. Does Crowder on the Bucks make them now the favorites in your estimate in estimation in the East?
I still think the Celtics are going to be the favorite, but that's going to be a dogfight between those two teams. Like I think those two teams are the best two teams in the Eastern Conference. I had the Philadelphia 76ers on the outside looking in from those two teams. But when the Bucks won it a couple of years ago, who was the difference maker on that team? PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker's no longer there, right? He's in Philly. Jay Crowder is that same type of role guy who can make threes and also takes the best defensive assignment and also hasn't played this season. So he's going to be healthier. He's going to be fresher. Once he gets his sea legs back together, they're going to have a chance to be one of the most complete teams in the NBA.
I got to tell you, I think I like the Bucks now off that move. I think that's
in the East or just in general?
No, in the East, I'm talking about, I have to think about in general, but in the East, I think I think when you have evenly matched teams, and with this move, they're kind of evenly matched. If the Bucks are healthy, I like the team with the best player. I think Giannis is better than Tatum or Brown.
Well, different, better.
Yes,
one guy's a big, another, so it's different. It'll be interesting because the Bucks' problem is health. Can Drew Holiday stay healthy? Can Middleton stay healthy? That's their biggest issue, right? I mean, if they stay healthy, then I think that, like, losing PJ Tucker, which was a veteran, like one of those nasty, in-your-face, hustle and bustle type guys. May
Great
not
locker room guy.
Great locker may not fill it up, but then they get Jay Crowder now. That's the same kind of, like Jay said, same kind of player. And let's just see how he fits in that role now with Milwaukee. Will he be the same type of guy that Tucker was?
Remember when John Morant was talking about they're the best in the West and it's easy? Like, remember, like, oh, yeah, everybody kept, whoa, okay, Western Conference. Like, Memphis didn't really make any moves, and everybody kind of jumped. All right, and think about Golden State for a second. I'm just going to say this. So Steph is out right now. When Steph comes back, one of the difference makers on that team was Gary Payton II with the kind of pressure he always applied on the ball defensively. And there was a lot of that identity from the guard perspective, defensive perspective that Golden State does not have this year. They did not get with Dante DiVincenzo, right? So now you add him back to the table, and they traded the second pick in the draft. James Wiseman is on the Detroit Pistons.
For the Warriors, that pick was a bust. I'm not saying James Wiseman, we'll see what happens. I know you guys don't like the word bust, but you spend the second pick on the draft, and this is what happens. When you're
I'm not going to say it's a bust.
But you're
I'm not going to say it's a bust.
You draft the guy hoping to transition without missing a beat, stay great, and then also, but it didn't happen.
But it's hard when you're the second pick in the draft. Going to a championship contender team where you need to play right now.
Yeah,
like,
you ain't got no
margin for error.
Look what he gets.
No room for him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you get a chance, typically your second pick in the draft, you're going to a bad team. You're going to play.
There you go, Jay. You going to there you go. You gonna walk right in
when they drafted him.
You gonna walk right in. No, but you gonna walk right in when you're a top lottery pick like that. You gonna walk right in and play and get the minutes, and it's just what it is. But you're the loaded team. How many teams that win championships get the second pick in the draft?
Yeah,
so that doesn't happen.
He spent more time playing in the G League than he did actually on the Warriors.
But he wasn't showing people enough as he was doing that.
He can't fit in those rotations, man. Those schemes are challenging. Like this game, how the Warriors
in the G League. In other words, at some point, given this much time in the league or having been drafted already, you need to show people enough to make even another team be like, yes, I will give you a lot for that because that can be really good. So far, that pick did not work out the way the Warriors wanted.
But when they trade, but Detroit,
I'm not saying he's a bust. For them, the pick was a bust.
But when Detroit trades for a guy like that, they're not even looking at his pro stuff. They're looking at what he did prior to that because that's really all the data that they have. They fall in love. They've been in love with him for a couple of years.
Who are the winners and losers of the deadline? After Jay has this from FanDuel.
This year, the only app you need. Look at that picture of Young Key with the hairline.
Put the picture up later, man.
I tell you, it's
do your read.
Wet and go hair. This is
put it up later, Jerry.
It's Soul Glow, baby. This year, the only app you need at your Super Bowl party is FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Download FanDuel now so you can bet Super Bowl 57 with a no-sweat first bet. You'll get up to $3,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Best of all, you can get paid your winnings instantly. So join FanDuel today with promo code PLAY to claim your no-sweat first bet on Super Bowl 57. That's promo code PLAY. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued is non-withdrawable sportsbook bonus bets, which expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksggamblinghelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. 1-800-522-4700 Wyoming or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia. This
5 a.m. till 9 a.m. on 92.9 FM ESPN.
Texas switched to a healthcare plan awarded 5 out of 5 stars for quality and service. A plan from United Healthcare. Plus, you'll get benefits like vision, hearing, and dental care, and much more. Call United Healthcare today at 1-888-CALL-UHC. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Medicare Advantage Plan star rating applies to contract number H4590 that is rated 5 out of 5 stars for 2023.
West Point Lincoln does not charge over MSRP like some dealers do, and we have plenty of vehicles to choose from. Everyone knows West Point Lincoln will do everything in our power to get you rolling in an hour. West Point Lincoln on the Katy Freeway at Kirkwood and westpointlincoln.com.
Want to get caught empty-handed? Lock in your Valentine's
/Odyssey. And now the weather. Expect partly cloudy skies with an excellent chance of maximum refunds. Wait, that can't be right.
Oh, but it is.
Who are you?
I'm April. And we could see refunds raining down all tax season with people switching to TaxAct.
TaxAct?
The tax filing software that makes it easy to file for less and get more.
New forecast. It's sunny days ahead for everyone using TaxAct.
Always happy to brighten your day.
TaxAct.
Switch to TaxAct today and start for free.
See taxact.com for details.
Hey Siri, I was just in a car accident. Who should I call?
You could call 713-CALL-LEE.
Hey Alexa, I was just in a car accident. Who should I call? You could call 713-CALL-LEE.
Okay Google, I was just in a car accident. Who should I call?
You could call 713-CALL-LEE.
You don't need artificial intelligence to tell you who you should call if you've been in a car accident. Serving Houston for 50 years. If you've been in a car accident, call attorney Steve Lee. 713-CALL-LEE. Ban attorney spokesperson.
And tackle and host a radio show from the University of Memphis to your speakers. It's Gabe Kuhn, weekdays from 4 till 7 p.m. live on 92.9 FM ESPN.
You know you make me wanna.
Woo! Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max were presented by Progressive Insurance. Talking about winners and losers at the trade deadline, guys. You feeling it?
It's like church music right here, man.
Who are the winners at the deadline, Jeff?
Some of the winners. Can I start with some of the losers first?
Oh, sure, if you want.
Because I watched my losers lose last night to my Brooklyn Nets and the Chicago Bulls. I don't know what the Chicago Bulls are doing. I really don't. Lonzo Ball isn't expected to come back and play anytime soon. Okay,
Alex Caruso. Going to be right?
I was about to say, how long has Zoe been out?
That's a great question. It seems like he's been out since he signed with the Bulls.
Man, I think he's such a good underrated player when he's healthy.
Love him,
winning player when he's healthy.
Man. Like I see him, I think Brandon Roy a little bit now with the knees. It's really concerning. And Alex Caruso, you can get a first-round pick for Alex Caruso, but there was no movement. You were talking here things about
parlay Alex Caruso into a one.
Yes,
dude
Key.
From the G League.
Yeah, spare part, nice little defender type guy.
I love Alex.
Yeah, no
Caruso.
question. Lakers fans love him.
Plus, he's that guy. You know, he falls. He's like a Joe Burrow. He falls in line.
Well,
you know,
he'll get you one. It's like, well, I laugh because people are like, oh yeah, well, KD got traded for 4 firsts. I'm like, actually, KD got traded for 6 firsts because you would have got 2 firsts from Mikal Bridges. Like, you can get a first for Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso could be a part of it.
I believe you can. It's just when you hear it, it's like I've won for Alex Caruso, you know, because you know his story coming back from, you know, going to the G League, 2-way contract back and forth, then going to the Lakers, obviously doing his deal, parlaying that into success, and then going to Chicago. Now you're like, well, you can get a 1 for it.
I like Alex Caruso. I'll give you a top 29 protected one. I got to protect a lot of slots if it's a first round pick. And I like Caruso.
Conversations between the Knicks and Zach LaVine. You heard conversations with the Lakers potentially and Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic. Vucevic going to be an unrestricted free agent. He wants to sign back with the Bulls. Now you're wondering if the Bulls are going to get Russell Westbrook after he gets bought out by the Utah Jazz if they agree on the buyout.
That's where the Bulls are going.
That's what we're doing.
Long, I was going to ask you is how long, because obviously nothing happened yesterday. How long before you buy him out? Like, how long does it take?
He just needs to come to an agreement with Danny Ainge. I mean, on whether he wants
So it might take a day, it might take a week, it might take 2 days.
It might take
There's no rush.
Yeah, there's no rush. It might take a couple days.
What, you know, Bobby Marks was making the case. I mean, listen, everyone hears the same stuff and everything, but Bobby Marks, it was Bobby Marks yesterday, right, Key, who talked about Westbrook to Chicago. It does make some sense, Jay, in the sense that if there is, as Bobby said, a malaise there, and you need a dude to kind of energize things for 30 games.
I mean, I'll take a swing at it. I just don't see that fixing anything long term.
Yeah, but if I'm Westbrook,
but that doesn't fix anything
but if I'm
long
Westbrook
term.
anyway, I'm not going to Chicago. I'm trying to go somewhere. I got to get a ring, Max.
Yeah, if you're Westbrook,
I get it, and I know we had this conversation yesterday about Brooke. go somewhere where you can be a veteran leader, but you also got a chance to win.
Yeah, they need a punch. Someone who needs a punch off the bench.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
heat it up.
Because money, that's not, you're not chasing money, clearly. Let's chase the ring now.
But Key, the only thing about Russ being a punch off the bench is he has to look at those starting five and think that, like, he's not better than them or understand or just accept that role, which I'm not sure Russ is going to do.
But if I'm bringing you into a championship team.
Yeah, what are championship teams, though, Key?
But you know what I would say?
Okay, championship teams to me are...
They're not going to... Those teams aren't going to... There's not going to be a fit for Russ on those championship
Like a championship team to me would be, can he do something culturally with Miami? Can he, the Clippers, can he help that situation in them needing a point guard? Can he do that?
Clippers makes some sense.
But y'all, the Clippers had the same issue with John Wall, though. It's the same thing. The Clippers need like a floor general.
Yeah.
And Keith, what do we talk about every time we saw Russ play? Man, he be moving 1,000 miles per hour all the time. Like Russ isn't saying,
that,
let's calm it down, let's get a possession here. He's not thinking through the game. He's more of a react.
You know,
if he played receiver, he'd be fired.
Man,
what I would say to Russell Westbrook is the cautionary tale for Westbrook is Carmelo Anthony, who hit a dry spot in his career because he was slow to accept a changing role. And I feel like if you go back, and part of the ego is the reason you become a great player, right? But if you go back and Carmelo would have negotiated that part of his career better in his own mind, like gotten out ahead of that, Jay, then he wouldn't have hit that spot, right? He could have transitioned to a great second unit player. And Westbrook, to me, he's probably already been there for a minute.
So speaking of, we talk about him being on Miami, Key, like I have Miami as a loser in this. So I don't know what Miami's doing. Like Miami essentially had shipped out Dwayne Dedmon in a second-round pick for cash, right? But they're one of those teams that you feel like they've been to the NBA Finals, right? Eastern Conference Finals, but it just feels like they're stuck with this Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, where there's nothing that can get them to the next level as relates to where Philly, Milwaukee, and Boston are. So maybe that could be a fit for Russ. Another team I had they're not losers. I'm just confused to what the moves are. I thought they were going to be the biggest sellers, and they end up being a buyer. The Toronto Raptors. They're going to sell OG Anunoby. Nope, nothing happened. No first-round picks. They're going to sell Fred VanVleet. Nope, no first-round picks. Like, what are you doing? Scotty Barnes are holding on to. Pascal Siakam, they're holding on to. They bring in Jakob Poeltl. I know that they needed a center, right? But he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. Both Fred VanVleet and you think about, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, and Gary Trent Jr., they're going to opt out. They're going to be unrestricted free agents. You're going to have to pay them.
Question.
And Jakob Poeltl at the same time.
Question, Jay, about that. No one is infallible, right? Like you criticize anyone. I don't care how great they are and what their track record is, but there are some people infallible, meaning they don't make mistakes.
Yeah. That's a key word.
No, I just said it so fast.
The point is that there are some guys though where their track record tells you they might be up to, like when people say, "Hey Max, what do you think the Giants should do?"
Jury, yes.
I'm like, you know what? They know better.
That's
than
why
me.
I said I'm confused.
Masai Ujiri, confused as opposed to like, oh, what are they doing? It's like more like, hey, what is he up to? Right?
Hey,
he's got to have a plan.
Let me ask you this though, real quick. Can Russ help Dallas in the second unit with a guy like Jason Kidd?
That's
especially when you, let's say for instance, you need to rest up Luka, you need to rest up Kyrie, 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes, whatever the number is, and now you got Westbrook being the floor general. Because you got two guys, it's like you got
everybody on that team can shoot the rock.
Yeah, like Westbrook, they're
everybody
starting
on
over
that
you.
team can shoot the rock.
And when he looks at them, he's going.
Call, Key. I didn't think about that.
When he looks at them, Jay, to your point, he's going, okay, they're starting over me right now. They're different from right.
They're different.
They're different. All right, 88 say ESPN. How's that? Westbrook to Dallas. People with that? 888 say ESPN. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. Did KD cost the Lakers Kyrie? But first, Key has this from Granger.
For all the ones who get it done, Granger offers high quality supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and experience to answer your toughest questions, Max. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facility safe and your people even safer. So simply just call or click Granger.com, or you know what to do. Stop by.
Coming up today on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. The new head coach of the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton. With all his options, we'll ask him why he chose Denver, plus what he expects the future with Russell Wilson to look like. And don't miss what he has to say about the Eagles and Chiefs. Broncos head coach Sean Payton. Today with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max at 9:20 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPNU.
Hi. Who's this?
Buzz. He appears whenever you eat Honey Nut Cheerios.
Like a genie?
Sure.
Ooh, does he grant wishes? I wish I lived in a giant boot. No, I wish I could swim with a humpback whale. No.
I can grant you a delicious bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, which can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Ooh, with heart shapes, too.
Happy heart-shaped Cheerios are back for a limited time. Pick up a box of Honey Nut Cheerios at your local store for an easy, delicious, and heart-healthy start to your day.
Meet Joe A,
Hi.
Joe B,
Hello.
and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect, support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. It's game time.
Former Memphis Tiger, all-time winningest offensive lineman,
Sports aficionado, badass, and friend.
Wishing him the best, absolutely. But the good news is I'm borrowing this from you.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad you did that.
The best way to replace big shoes is with big shoes.
Like a boss. It's the Gabe Kuhn Show. Weekdays from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m.
His grandfather was the inventor of the Easy Bake Oven.
Live on Memphis' sports station, 92.9 FM ESPN.
Hey, everybody. Texas switched to a healthcare plan awarded 5 out of 5 stars for quality and service. A plan from United Healthcare. Plus, you'll get benefits like vision, hearing, and dental care, and much more. Call United Healthcare today at 1-888-CALL-UHC. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Medicare Advantage Plan star rating applies to contract number H4590 that is rated 5 out of 5 stars for 2023.
West Point Lincoln does not charge over MSRP like some dealers do. And we have plenty of vehicles to choose from. Everyone knows West Point Lincoln will do everything in our power to get you rolling in an hour. West Point Lincoln on the Katy Freeway at Kirkwood and westpointlincoln.com.
The countdown to Valentine's Day is on. And guys, you do not want to get caught empty-handed. Lock in your Valentine's bouquet today at 1-800-Flowers.com. Right now, when you order today, you'll save $20 on the Enchanted Rose Medley. Plus, you'll get a free vase. This offer from 1-800-Flowers is only good while supplies last. Don't put this off. Get $20 off your bouquet with 1-800-Flowers. Order today at 1-800-Flowers.com/listen. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/listen.
And now the weather. Expect partly cloudy skies with an excellent chance of maximum refunds. Wait, that can't be right.
Oh, but it is.
Who are you?
I'm April. And we could see refunds raining down all tax season with people switching to TaxAct.
TaxAct?
The tax filing software that makes it easy to file for less and get more.
New forecast. It's sunny days ahead for everyone using TaxAct.
Always happy to brighten your day.
TaxAct.
Switch to TaxAct today and start for free.
See taxact.com for details.
Hey Siri, I was just in a car accident. Who should I call?
You could call 713-CALL-LEE.
Hey Alexa, I was just in a car accident. Who should I call? You could call 713-CALL-LEE.
Okay, Google, I was just in a car accident. Who should I call?
You could call 713-CALL-LEE.
You don't need artificial intelligence to tell you who you should call if you've been in a car accident. Serving Houston for 50 years. If you've been in a car accident, call attorney Steve Lee. 713-CALL-LEE. An attorney spokesperson.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Te saluda Jerry de Mega en tus mañanas. Ya sabes cuál es mi lugar favorito de comida auténtica mexicana, por supuesto, Taquerías Arandas. Y en este momento tienen el regalo perfecto para el día de San Valentín, el día de los enamorados. En la compra de una parrillada para 2 recibirás 2 cheesecake gratis. Además, asegúrate de ver sus especiales de Tex-Mex por todo el mes de febrero. Elige entre una deliciosa variedad de enchiladas, chiles rellenos o chimichangas. Los sorprendentes postres de Arandas Bakery son el complemento perfecto para San Valentín. Taquerías Arandas, sabroso, sabrosito.
Seth Payne here for Allstate Windows and Siding. If you want to upgrade your leaky windows to energy-efficient windows, you go with Allstate. Energy bills are higher, interest rates on new homes are up. Why not invest in your existing home by upgrading your windows to Allstate Windows and Siding? Energy-efficient, made in Texas, built-in Texas windows designed for Texas tough weather. Plus, you could save up to 40% on your electric bill. Call Allstate Windows and Siding today. They are here to help Houstonians lower their energy bills. $150 off each window with a minimum of 10 windows, $2,500 off of full siding jobs, and 24 months of zero interest. So you're looking at potentially 40% off your electric bill and 24 months of zero interest, plus all those other upfront savings. They have home and virtual appointments available. Remember, for the best rate, call Allstate Windows and Siding at 832-204-1936. That's 832-204-1936 or online at allstatewindowsandsiding.com.
It's the Gabe Kuhn Show, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Live on Memphis' sports station, 92.9 FM ESPN.
AmericanEagle.com 773 network.
Giannis working with 36 points, had 40 in the first meeting, a loss at home to the Lakers. Going to back down Gabriel into the lane, turns and lays it in. Way too easy for the Greek freak who puts him up 8.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Seems like the forgotten man because of the trade deadline. You see, they never lose anymore. 38 points, 10 boards. The Bucks rallied in the second half for their 9th consecutive win. 115-106 over the Lakers, who did not have LeBron James. Spencer Dinwiddie dropped 25 in his first game since returning to Brooklyn as the Nets beat Jay Will's Bulls. 116. Well, Jay Will's Nets. Are they still your Nets? Beat Jay Will's Bulls. 116-105. And abandoned ship. Abandoned ship.
No. I'm sticking with him.
So this was Thursday night, last night, hours after trading superstar Kevin Durant to Phoenix. Yeah, I got to give me some liberty. Keyshawn J. Willimax, ESPN Radio. Did KD just cross the Lakers? Kyrie Irving. Didn't it seem like Kyrie was headed to L.A. and then all of a sudden KD's in Phoenix? Go, wait a minute. Did Phoenix grab Kyrie? Place Chris Paul next year with Kyrie Irving and Devin.
Come on, man. Relax.
And Kevin
Kill
Durant.
game, man. Kill game with all that. For real, homie. Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
What I'm going to do.
Don't do that, man.
Exactly that.
No, man, don't do that. Kill game.
I would rather Kyrie go to L.A. And the reason I would rather, other than being a Lakers fan, the reason I would rather that happen is I want to see finally in the twilight of LeBron's career, but when he's still really good, him and KD in the same conference going toe-to-toe on evenly matched teams. That's what I'd love to see. And if Kyrie goes to Phoenix, you ain't got that. But if he goes to L.A., you do. So I'd rather
but
see
don't
that
even
happen.
mention going to Phoenix, though.
It's
Woj
out
did
there.
that. Was it Woj that did that yesterday?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Stop that.
It's out there.
So
Yeah,
Max,
well.
I know we were talking about Russell Westbrook, 5 different teams in 5 straight years, which is just like
a lot of people want him.
So
That's the way. No, Max. That's the way I always look at it.
hold on, Keith, before
That's
we
the way
even
I
get
always
into
look
this, our own Dave McMenamin had this.
McMenamin, yeah.
McMenamin.
Lots of M's and N's.
McMenamin.
McMenamin.
He had this to say.
Well, this was the time to do it. Russell Westbrook was not going to be part of the team after this summer when his contract expired. And also when his contract came off the books, the Lakers would have less money to deal with in the free agency period this summer. So you had to do it if you wanted to get those pieces you could have part of the team moving forward. You get younger, you got shooting, you got switchable defenders. And as one source told me, you remove a vampire from the locker room. That meaning a vampire sucks the blood out of the locker room. Russell Westbrook moves on.
What do you think, Jim?
I mean, wow. Key, I automatically, I get there were different videos. Like, I kind of brought this up, the one video one time where LeBron and AD were giving Russ the side eye when he was like, guys, just remember, regardless of whatever you win, lose, or draw, just have fun. Right. And LeBron's like, we're not here to have fun, dude. I'm here to win a chip. Right. So like the difference of mentality a little bit. But the one thing I can say about Brody is he always brings the intensity on the court, whether his game suits the style in which is conducive to teams winning is another question. But But I wasn't in that locker room. But that's concerning for me that a player would be labeled from a source from our own Dave McMenamin.
No, he not. A source told him this.
That's what I just said.
But I'm saying
a source.
I don't want to pin it on McMenamin because he's reporting what a source told him.
Yeah, a source told.
Yeah, that's what you said. You said a source.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just had to get
I
the
just
name
sometimes
right.
like repeating what you say, and
You
it's
do
like
all
it's
the
my
time.
idea.
Yes,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sure. That somebody would call that Russ would be labeled a vampire, man. That's a harsh critique, Key.
But you gonna always look, man. When you get players that one would deem volatile, in aggressive, especially earlier in their careers, and you have a dust up or fallout or whatever the case, that's gonna carry you no matter what the case may be. The moment that you sneeze, everybody, see, he's a problem. That's just the way it is. I mean, when you look at it, he has been on a number of teams, but is it due to his style of play or his style of the way he conducts himself within the locker room? Because everything that I know from that locker room in LA is there wasn't that big of a deal, other than the other day when he got into it with the coach, with Ham, because of differences on how he was being spoke to and being approached. So that's you get that when you're dealing with a grown man that makes the type of money that he makes. He doesn't want to hear all of that. He don't want to hear you chewing off his earlobes. That's just the reality of it.
I want to say something about Westbrook. I think about this sometimes. Like, we all know people in our lives, right, who are good at doing hard things, but it doesn't seem like it's hard for them. Like, everyone has something that's hard for them to do. For you, it might be something different than for me, for the next guy, right? Westbrook is very good at playing hard all the time. And that's something that I don't know if anyone's as good as playing as hard as him all the time. And I don't want to diminish that. That's an amazing thing. It's a quality most of us need. But it doesn't appear to me that that's the hard thing for him, Jay. The hard thing for him is changing in order to best suit the team sometimes, right? Like, I know people who are very good at being productive, let's say writing. They write, and they can finish stuff and complete stuff that other people they talk about it, they never do it. But then the quality of it, the hard thing for them is sitting down and holding their own feet to the fire in terms of rigor of editing and making sure that it's really top quality, right? Because that's the hard thing for them. That's the thing so Westbrook is great at doing a hard thing for most other people, but he's not so great at doing the thing that's hard for him. And that's affected his career, I think.
So think about the hard thing is that now Russ is no longer the guy. You're asking Russ on a championship team to be the second or third, probably more realistically, the third guy. So when you start thinking about championship contention on those teams personnel-wise, as a player gets older in his career, typically what you happen is a player loses a little bit of their athletic ability, Key, and they start refining other skill sets, right? Like shooting or passing. So then you could be Carmelo Anthony, great spot-up shooter, right? So he can stay on the floor. It might be a defensive liability, but elite shooter, which is why teams like LeBron and company, let's give that a try because it helps with spacing. You can't do that with Russ, which means in critical game situations, he can't be on the floor if he's not the primary ball handler, which at this stage of his career, he's not going to be the guy anymore. So it makes it tough for him to run a second
unit. He's going to run a second unit, so he's not going to be on the floor to start or finish the game.